Good morning and welcome to King's Court. I am Shine King. King's Court is going to be just my gameplay altogether, um, along with any knowledge base that I have or information that I'm hearing. I will present. Just bear in mind that all information I give is usually either stuff that I have read upon or watched from other streamers, and I will try to make sure to designate so when I bring that up. So, today we are talking about Escape from Tarkov. So I already have another video out. You're free to watch it. It's an intro kind of to Escape from Tarkov, some key notations and information just to help you get started. This video is actually going to be oriented towards the factory. The factory is essentially the leveling grounds at this point. Most people are running it for the sense of leveling. It's a great way to start for the game. There are a couple things to note. So when you go through this, the recommendation I have, right, is this setup right here. So you would want your MP153, a scav backpack, no tactical rig, body armor, and then shotgun rounds. And then you fill this up, your gamma if you have it, or if you don't have it, you fill up what you can. But the essential that you would need is painkillers. And if you have the factory key, you absolutely want that. And I would highly recommend bringing some extra rounds. Sometimes stuff gets pretty crazy. It gets really in-depth. You're going to kill a lot of people. When that happens, it would be great to have the extra rounds. Even though, like, hey, it might sound like 34 seems a little excessive. Believe me, I've actually gone through it. So, this, like I said, this would be great. A lot of people, what they're actually doing is they're doing this kind of loadout, which is like that. So you'd have a Saiga, you have the clip, right? And the nice part is the Saiga's 5 rounds. It's got the choke already on it. In this case, like, you can do suppressors, or you can do flash hiders. Just there's a lot of different things. Even the brake would help. But the thing with this is you have to take the vest with you to do that. So starting out, I would keep these off to the side, right, along with some vests ready to go. You don't even need the scav backpack, to be honest. You can actually go in just like this. That way, any backpack you find in the match, you just pull that and you go. Now, starting, this would be what you can do. Essentially, when you first start the game, though, you're not going to have any armor. So you're actually looking at this getup right now. To do this, all you have to do, and I highly recommend, so everyone will tell you, videos everywhere you look, man, they're going to tell you Skiers number 1, Peacekeepers number 2, and Propers number 3, and there's good reason behind it. To give just a little insight to it, if you were to go through just level Proper, starting out, right, it takes like 400k, and he actually is relatively the cheapest when it comes to leveling him, and he has the lowest level requirement, which is nice, but the return is the part that's kind of problematic. So a lot of his stuff is actually trade-ins. So like you'll see these grenades or trade-ins. You have to go find items to get this. I mean, hey, you know what, that magazine for Zippo is actually not bad, but as you get down to the guns, right, it's like, oh man, I gotta save up what 11 items here, just like inside my inventory, just to get the one gun, which is more space than it actually is. Now, with that said, when you get him to level 2, he does give you the AK-74N, which is nice. When you get him to level 3, the biggest part is that he then has a sellable or buyable suppressor for the AKs, which is really nice. But again, he wouldn't really be what I recommend as your concentration. Now, if you have extra stuff that you just, you're like, whatever, I can't sell it to anybody else, and I just want to sell them stuff, okay, that's cool. But the reason everyone says Skier is because in the beginning, he only has barrels, and he'll have this backpack. But once you get him to level 2, he now sells you the armor. He sells you Black Rock vests, which doesn't really matter because you already had AVS vests that you could buy. But then he also gives you the headset. He gives you night vision goggles. He will sell you a Saiga for straight value, so no trade-ins. You can actually just buy this up. He'll also sell you an SKS, also a really good deal. And he now sells you the or I'm sorry, the scav backpacks. So he essentially has everything you need to start this run as the most efficient way that you can to pull in a lot of money. So initially, right, he does have the MP153. So just so you know, there is a reason why I'm picking the MP153 for this recommendation. Because I mean, yeah, there's a pump shotgun, which the pump shotgun usually has 6 rounds in it, whereas the MP153 semi-auto only has 4. But it's the semi-automatic that makes the difference. Rather than being able to fire, fire, pump, fire, and by the way, I'm saying that in the time frame that it takes. The semi-auto is fire, 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 fire. Then you have to reload, obviously. But whoever was there, they're probably dead. If they brought a buddy, they're probably dead too. So, and that's usually why you want to run that. Now, there are ways to get the magazine extended, right? So you can get like 5 or 6 rounds on it. I have not found one yet, so I do know it exists. I've seen other people streaming with it. I just haven't gotten there yet. So essentially, that's what you want to do. You want to get him to trust level 2, I think is what they call it. And then from there, right, you're going to go ahead and start aiming for his level, which I think for his it was like, I think it was 16. It was either 15 or 16. And then after that, right, he wants you to be level 20. But he's essentially where you're going. Now, for guns, right, everyone's really about the American, right? The M4s, right? So like, you know, this guy M4A1, he eventually sells those to you. I haven't unlocked him to his next level, as you can see. Hey, it only requires 400k, but yeah. Initially, like now, he has money. For the longest time, he had no money. Everyone was buying out his money the moment he refreshed. So, again, to start, here's your build out, right? You'll run that as soon as you can, or if you find some off of someone, you're gonna want to take the armor. Also, if you can, you're gonna take the scav BP. So usually what I would do to start is I would run this. If you get a second weapon, you get a pistol, you get a vest and a backpack, you've already made more than enough to start affording the backpacks, right? So like even this, even if I didn't insure it, I didn't care, right? The risk of losing it does not matter because I'm going to make way more than what I got. Now, hey, the vest though, hey, that's 16,000, right? And then the gun itself is like, what we saw, it was like 30,000. So these can be expensive. So what I do is, as I'm going through, obviously, if I find another one, I go ahead and set it off to the side so that I have it. Now, one thing I want to note before I get into the factory to kind of show you how this runs out is this I recommend because most people that are going in there, and I do mean most, they're not going to be fully armored, they're not going to have crazy gear on, but that does not mean you can't get unlucky and run into quite a few people that are doing that, and it all kind of depends on timing and who's on, that kind of stuff. If you see that happening, I would highly suggest that you run something like the AK or an M4 if you have it. Most likely you don't have an M4, but the AK everyone can get from the get-go. And then you want to run with armor-piercing rounds. Now, to find out if you have armor-piercing rounds, all you have to do is right-click on some bullets. You're going to inspect, and in there it'll tell you, hey, you have a BS cartridge with special armor-piercing BS bullet. That's what you're looking for, is the armor-piercing. You run that, so that way those guys who are doing that stuff, man, don't stick to your single fire, right? Because, like, hey, the single fire, it's going to be hard to plug out enough rounds, especially since they're going to be using stuff like M4s, which are pumping out a lot of rounds really quick. So you would do the automatic fire, and you just load them up. If you cannot afford that, if you cannot do that, a way around it is if you can get them exposed to where you see their legs, don't shoot their chest, don't shoot their head, shoot their legs. And if you, for example, if I have my MP153, just unload it right into their legs. And then giggle as you watch it. Someone with super armor dies in front of you. So that's the gist of it. That's the start of it, right? So the factory key is very important. If you can get that, it opens up a whole new play style for factory, because there are 3 exits in factory. One is what you can essentially go for if you don't have the key. The other 2 open up if you have the key. The other thing is those exits, there is one at each beginning, and then there's one close by depending on where you spawn. So, if you have the factory key, it allows you the option to basically get out at any point in time when needed. And that's why it's important. So in this case, alright, we are talking about factory runs. Now, I just got this vest off of someone. They're probably not very happy about it, but so I'm going to insure the vest. Well, actually, sorry. I'm going to insure the vest. I'm actually going to insure my backpack as well. Again, they're not really worth, the backpacks aren't really worth a lot. Like you saw, it only costs 4,000 to buy it. But hey, you know what? It's only like 200 for me to insure it, so why not? You know. Then just queue up. So from here, like I said, the main goal, the main focus, I am not going through chests, so I'm not going to go through the green boxes. I'm not going to go through filing cabinets. If you want to do that stuff, I highly recommend that you drop down to hatchets and just go from there with your gamma container. In this case, I am looking for people's gear, so I am looking to kill. That's it. So, started here. You usually want to take a listen. Come around this corner. See, like that guy right there? He's aiming for my legs. Alright. So, there's that. Just like I said, aim for the legs. If you feel like they're going to be armored, that guy's running like an automatic pistol or an SMG. Actually, he's probably running this right here, the Keter, the SMG. So, sometimes you can't win them all, right? So here we go. We're going to go ahead and load back up. Same stuff, right? So I'm going to go, okay, yep, here's the vest. There's the shotgun. Shotgun rounds, spare rounds. Cool, we're good to go. Now, here's the thing, though. Oh, I have 0 out of 4 rounds. Man, what the hell? Okay, well, what is going on, King? Why can I not put my rounds in there? You know, oh, you know what? I bet you I just need to have it all in my stash. What the hell, King? It still doesn't work. You're absolutely right. I don't know why they did this, but to fix this, you go to your modding. Right here, this is actually the magazine. You're going to tell it none, which means you removed the magazine. Here's your magazine. You're going to say, okay, shotgun, I want you to put the rounds into the magazine. And shotgun, you're going to put that magazine back in. And we're going to save. Oh, look at that. We have our 4 rounds. So that way we're not going into the match unloaded and not ready to go. And here we go. I'm going to load back up. Here we go. So, good to go there, right? So we're going to go ahead and factory it up. Now, you need to ensure, right? So, now notice I'm not bringing another scav backpack, so I'm like, whatever, I lost it, not a big deal. So, and here's the thing, right? So, the trick why I'm using her, you might ask, like, why not use proper? Well, I leveled proper to level 3, and if I go here, you'll see, hey, what was going to cost me 2,000 is only 400, which sounds great, but he has a minimum amount, so I have to at least have 1,000. That's actually why my hatchet is currently insured. So go back to the therapist. There you go, 2,791. All right, go ahead and go next. Now the funny part is, a lot of people, if they don't have backpacks and stuff, they're not even going to be able to pick up your armor. And that's a key note to know. So sometimes it's pretty hard for people to take your armor, but they'll take your weapons. Sadly, though, I gave that guy everything he needed to take everything out. So he most likely took my backpack, and he most likely has my armor and my gun, and is probably leaving right now. So I hear somebody. So anyway, whoop. Okay, game. Don't get glitchy here. So I did hear, yeah, I'm hearing someone trying to leave. Which is fine. Search the bodies for the experience, right? So in my case, I have a key to get in this room. It's the factory key. This room can sometimes have a weapon in it. Like that. Also, it usually has these good rounds. Now, there's that. So again, right, we're looking to actually get weapons. Like I'm looking to loot somebody after I kill them. But we gotta find them, right? So usually scavs are all over here somewhere. Scav down. Now, bear in mind, this game's super realistic, right? So right there, I just made a lot of noise. Other guys would come look for me, right? So that's the risk right now, is there can be people coming for me. It was weird. Ow. Okay. Now, also bear in mind, right, each stage that you're in, or raid, right, which this is a raid, you always have a respawn timer. So you have players that can spawn in at any time, which bring up a level of difficulty right there. Oh, so here we go. He's got a bag. Take his vest. I have to search the bag. I'm mainly searching the bag just so I have room to put that there. You want to be careful because there could be dudes hiding there. Just like that. Right, now I know that there's another guy here because I just heard him. So bam, AK, right? Searching through, another TT. Alright, I'm actually going to leave that guy because he's a little out exposed. I don't want to really run into that. But I do know there was this guy. Yeah, he's just got a pump, so it's okay. I'd rather take the AK. So, here we go. Couple weapons. Like I said, that one guy left. I heard him leaving. So you'll notice these doors are open. You always want to be careful though, man. Make sure you check behind that spot right there. Dudes will hide there and they will wait for you to come over here, and while you're running and not paying attention, they will kill you. And essentially that's it. That's all you got to do. So I mean, hey, right there, okay, I lost, potentially I lost a backpack, I lost a shotgun, and I lost armor, right? Potentially. I have the chance to get it back, so it means, hey, that might not be as bad as I want. So here you'll see, okay, well, I didn't kill any players, right? So all I killed was scavs. But getting the escape bonus, right, and the looting, that right there gave me 6K. So that helps you level really quick, especially in the beginning. So getting the like level 15 is not that hard if you're doing this. Now, like I said though, okay, so here we go. We're talking about, let's just see what we got. So first off, right, here's all the random crap. Now, ES lamps, keep those. Those are grenades. Here's TT, here's PM, that's awesome. Here's an AK, right? And there's another Makarov. So, and then I have the duffel bag, which I don't care about having a duffel bag. Unload your ammo, unload the ammo. Now, when you unload the ammo, man, just go ahead and discard the boxes, right? They don't actually do anything for you. Here you'll see, okay, we got some rounds I gotta put back, and want to keep these rounds, but now, okay, so at the same time, now we're talking about, I got these. Now, depending on who you're trying to sell to, right, so for example, the American, he does not like ammo for whatever reason, don't know, but here's another thing that doesn't make any sense. So let's go modding. I'm going to actually take this off. Right, so you saw like I was trying to unload and it was telling me nope, can't do it. It's because if you want to unload, you have to unload it into a vest. Why that's how that works, I don't know. But so there we have that. So in here, same thing, watch. So because it's a pocket, I can unload that, right? Same thing here. So if I go to unload this guy, same thing, no big deal. But if it's the clips, because I can't put it in any of that, it's going to tell me no, you can't do it. So the way to do that is you just go to mod, tell it to take the whole clip out. So like I said, the American though, right, he won't buy anything that has ammo. Anything that has ammo like this right here. So you have to actually go in there and you inspect it first, and you tell it discard the one that's in the chamber. And of course I'd have to do the same thing for these guys, right? So discard. Inspect this guy. Discard. Right, go ahead and toss those. Now for example, right, I'm going to unload this ammo. Because same thing, he won't buy the clips unless there's no ammo in it. And I'm currently working on trading with him. But to give you an idea of where you stand for money, just off that run alone, you're looking at 11 grand, 3 grand. Actually, here, I'll give you a whole list right here. If I just do this. So right there, that's 20,553, which means that run alone pays for an piece of armor and the scav backpack, or it pays almost for a semi-automatic shotgun. That's the keynotes, right? So here I'm going to go, like I said, I'm working on the American, right? So you'll see, oh, well, wow, his stuff looks like crap. Look at this value. It's only like a couple bucks. Well, it's American dollars, which the conversion, right? So like you'll see here's 288,000, right? Here I'm selling 214, right? Deal. Now watch. Now you'll notice, oh, what? Hey, what the hell? You're 288. It stayed. Oh man, really? It must have only been $200. No, it's really not. You actually have to back out and go back in, and it's gonna make a liar out of me this time. So usually, this updates once you go back and back in. This case, it didn't do it, so it might be taking a while for some odd reason. There it goes. So yeah, it only took twice this time. So you'll see there, I went from like 280 K to 370. So even though it was $200 in American, that was like 30,000 rubles right there. And then of course like your backpacks and stuff like that and the vests, always sell it to Skier, right? He's the man when it comes to that stuff. So, and I mean, it's not a lot. So you saw that it was just 3,000 right there. But every bit counts. And that's essentially it. That's all you got to do. So you just keep redoing that over and over. You know, some people, right, they might come in, they might have the Saiga, like you see there that I got, the Black Rock vest. You always run the chance that the scavs themselves will have armor. You got to be careful. So like for example, if you saw, even when it was just one guy, I plugged all my rounds into him. The reason being is that they have armor, depending on distance, depending on whether your accuracy, depending on the kick, you know, there's all sorts of things that equate to it. So, and not only that, but sometimes there's just lag or delay, so then what you thought you hit, you didn't really hit, or it didn't register for whatever reason, and then before you know it, that person's still up and they're shooting the crap out of you. Not only that, but every time you hit them, right, their vision becomes more and more blurred, making it harder for them to hit you. That really only seems to work very well with players, by the way. So if you're noticing, hey, I just nailed the crap out of that guy and he's still hitting me like around corners and through walls, it's because it's AI. So anyway, I hope this video helps you guys out. If it does, please feel free to leave a like. Like I said, this is King's Court and I am Shrine King. I will keep doing videos like this. Just bear in mind, I do work a lot. I have a nice paying job. It's just that means I have to work a lot, and I only get so much time to really play or even try to record. Currently, I've been having a lot of issues with my recordings based on NVIDIA's software and my headset not being friendly with each other. And I'm trying to manage that out, but currently I have different software that I'm using and it's at least working now. So anyway, again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I hope this information was helpful. If you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, or you know, certain things that you want to see, or maybe certain discussion points that you would like, please feel free to leave comments. I will definitely review those and then try to get videos out there for you. Again though, King's Court is not a single game aspect. I play a lot of games. So if you have particular games that you're interested in, or you're not sure, you want to know if it's worth buying, or even get some kind of intel based on it, feel free to leave a comment for that. If I have it, I will definitely play it. If it's something I was looking to get anyway, I might just get it anyway. Alright, thanks. You guys have a good one.